Hi, welcome to Friday Snack Breaks. I'm Alexandra Umanskaya and I work at PackView as the Associate Marketing Manager.
Hey everyone, my name is Alex Melendez. I am a marketing manager at PackView with Sasha. And today we're going to talk about budget fluidity. So super exciting topic.
So as we get into the end of this year with so many changes, and I'm sure that a lot of brands and companies overall had issues with budget fluidities and just many uncertain and unpredictable events coming up. So what are the top 3 tips that we can recommend to achieve budget fluidity?
Yeah, budgets are such an important conversation. And they're really important because it's combining an art and a science to plan for, ultimately where your performance is going to be at and what results you'll deliver. I think 2020 posed a lot of challenges to your point in terms of any budget plans that folks had in place were really disrupted. And so one of the big things that we see here across our clients here at PackView is that those who had the most budget fluidity saw the most best levels of performance in terms of share of voice and in terms of driving additional dollars within their category. We have a couple of tips and tricks that we work back with clients to achieve budget fluidity. I would say the first and most important one is ensuring that you're aligning with your leadership up front so that you have that pre-alignment to make real-time decisions. What that can look like is aligning with leadership and your team on, hey, if we're able to hit these KPI benchmarks and we overachieve them, what additional ad spend dollars can we unlock in real time to reallocate and make real-time decisions? And again, within this space, being nimble and being quick is so important because things change so quickly. And so leadership alignment is a really important one. I would also say, where you allocate your dollars and having flexibility within that is really important. Again, this allows you to make real-time decisions and be much more nimble within the space. This can look like, managing a portfolio of brands that compete within the same category. And rather than allocating the dollars at the brand level, you allocate the dollars at the total portfolio or total category level so you can make decisions on where you're seeing the highest performance in real time. Also within flexing allocations, I would look at, really trying to create as much flexibility from a month-to-month perspective as possible and looking at your total budget for the year, but having flex from a month-to-month perspective. We saw that happen a lot this year, really big shifts from one month to the other as we had supply chain drains, as we saw pantry loading and different dynamics within the channel. And so having flexibility on where you allocate your dollars is really important for budget fluidity. And then lastly, I would say supply chain constraints, right? We had a lot of inventory constraints this year due to COVID. And this happened across almost every single industry, across almost every single category. And so one of the things that we've looked at is, how can you be more flexible with your KPI benchmarks when you're in a high inventory position versus when you're in a low inventory position? Does that look like putting your second tier SKUs or ASINs when you're out of stock on your hero ASINs so that you can protect yourself? Or does that look like funneling dollars into other buckets to do things like test and learns, for example?
So on the topic of test and learns, how much would you recommend brands to allocate to test and learns? Do you recommend a certain percentage or a minimum annual or maximum to allocate to test and learns?
Yeah, that's a great question. And I think that's also super important for budget fluidity, right? Where how many dollars do you have to go test things that don't necessarily impact the rest of the portfolio? And so test and learns are a bit of a different scenario, brand by brand, category by category. But broadly, I would say 10 to 15% is a great place to start for clients because it gives them enough room to get meaningful tests up and running and generate meaningful insights that they can use to inform their strategies. I would also say on a platform like Walmart, for example, this is really important because Walmart is continuously releasing new capability and driving total integration to one platform and one ecosystem. And so if you're able to have more fluidity within your tests and learns and test on .com, for example, a new product launch, see how it performs, that might be a really great insight and help inform you on, can this product do really well in stores? And it might unlock in-store distribution. So as you can see, testing and learn on .com has a ton of implications, and it can really help drive your business forward.
Got it. Got it. Can you also let me know about how are you thinking about budgets for 2021? I mean, this has been a crazy year with many unpredictable challenges, and especially for brands, and planning budgets has been very difficult. So taking that into account, how are we thinking about 2021 budgets? And what advice can we give going forward?
Yeah, so I would say on the theme of what we talked about, budgeting, continuing to emphasize the importance of your leadership, your clients, your brands, how important it is to be fluid within your budget, especially as we head into 2021, where we've seen a huge acceleration for .com, and we don't really know exactly what that's going to look like, but we anticipate it's not going to decelerate and that we'll see some similar patterns. So budget fluidity is really important. And then the other thing I would say is, while we might not have a crystal ball that says what 2021 will look like, we imagine it's going to be similar in the front half, how the back half of 2020 was. So you can use the last 6 months of data to inform what the front half of 2021 will look like, and at least get you started on planning and making that you have enough resources and enough ad spend to drive your business forward and support all of your campaigns across all platforms.
Well, thank you so much, Alex. This has been super informative. I think I'm very much more knowledgeable, and will use all these tips in planning budgets for my clients for 2021. And I think other people can learn a lot from this. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, great. Thanks for the time today.
Thank you for the time.
Talk to you later.